Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree? Yes. You're knowing what you are wanting? An expanding thing. You are enjoying the expansion of your own desire. You understand that you have come into this physical environment wanting the variety which produces your new idea. Have you reached the place where the expansion of the new idea is even more intoxicating than the delivery of the goods? Yes. We keep pushing for that because we want you to reconnect with the enthusiasm with which you came forth into these physical bodies to begin with. And we want you to remember that eagerness. And we want you to know that the eagerness was within you because you understood the whole scenario of coming forth into the physical experience. You understood that the variety would stimulate within you new ideas, constant new ideas. And further, you knew that when life in this physical body caused a new idea to be born within you, that the new idea would emanate from you vibrationally like a rocket of desire. And this is the part that you knew then that most of you have forgotten, that we know, that we want to help you remember. Because when you put this into the equation of life in this body, here in this magnificent time-space reality, everything begins to come together for you. When you remember that you were source energy, you came forth into this body, the contrast stirs you up and causes you to offer a constant barrage of new intentions and new desires, that when that new desire shoots forth from you, that the non-physical part of you literally rides that rocket of desire, stays with it, and becomes it. Some of you have been hearing us talk about how life causes you to give birth to rockets of desires, and those desires are held for you in a sort of vibrational escrow, waiting for you to vibrationally catch up to them. But we want you to understand that still further, that the inner being part of you, the source part of you, the God force part of you, not only rides that rocket of desire, not only tends to your vibrational escrow, but literally becomes that expanded being in vibrational form in the moment that you give birth to it. Everything that you are living all day, every day, causes this constant expansion of the you part of you. And so we call these gatherings the art of allowing, because the question of life is really only about how much are you in your physical form allowing your connection to that broader, expanded version of you. And we want to get to the long and the short of it quickly here today. We want you to always remember that if you have any separation vibrationally between who you're being in this moment and who you really are, that is the gap that you are seeking to fill. That's the gap that makes you want to drink alcohol. That's the gap that makes you want to use drugs. That's the gap that makes you want to buy one more thing and bring it home. That's the gap you're always trying to fill. The gap that you're trying to fill is the vibration gap between you and you. A wonderful thing has happened to you though. You were born with a guidance system within you that helps you to always be aware of that gap. You can tell by the way you feel in any moment, whether you are far vibrationally from who you really are or whether you are close vibrationally to who you really are. The better you feel, the more vibrationally in sync you are with who you have become. So we want to give you the big picture of all of this. We want you to understand. Some of you have been hearing us talking about law of attraction, and you are aware that law of attraction says that you get what you think about. That law of attraction says that that which is likened to itself is drawn. That when you're beating the drum of not enough money, that you cannot allow during the beating of that drum more money to come into your experience. But there is a part of law of attraction that most of you in your physical form, your selfish, greedy, we love that. Physical form, You cannot help but be selfish, can you? Don't use that word in a negative way. Selfish perspective, the way I see the world, my vibrational point of attraction. So in your physical form, there are all kinds of things that you selfishly want from your physical perspective. But we want you to remember that, of course, law of attraction is responding to that part of your thought content. Certainly it is. But law of attraction, oh, you're really going to like this. Law of attraction is predominantly responding to the vibrational stance where your inner being stands of who you have become. Are you following that at all? Do you get it that when someone's rude to you, you want them to be nicer, and the inner being part of you takes that stance immediately? Do you know that when you're rude to someone, you want to be nicer, and the non-physical part of you takes that stance immediately? Do you know that when you're sick and you want to be well, that the non-physical part of you takes that stance immediately? And so what we are really saying to you is that the sicker you are in your physical body, the weller the non-physical part of you is. And the reason that we are beating this drum a little more than usual here is because we want you to remember that all-important thing that so many of you have forgotten, and that is that law of attraction now is responding to this vibrational being that you have expanded to. So there was the source energy you before you were born. You came into this body, gave birth to new things, and the source energy part of you became that expanded version of you. You are expanding. You, the you that is you in the non-physical realm, is expanding because of the you and the experiences you are having here in your physical body. So that non-physical part of you is a powerful culmination of life that was moving fast even before you came into this body. You hit the ground running, you really did. And now life has caused you to add to that. And so now, wrap your mind around this. Law of attraction is responding to who you have become. And because law of attraction is responding to who you have become, there is a powerful current that is calling you forward to that. You've heard of the call of source, or the call of life, or the call of the wild. You've heard the calling, and we want you to understand that there is this powerful stream, and when you don't go, you don't feel so good. You must keep up with you, or you cannot bear it. And the more life you live, and the more life causes you to ask, and the more that expanded part of you becomes the new and improved expanded version of you, and the more law of attraction responds to that new and improved expanded version of you, then the faster your energy stream moves, and the faster your energy stream moves, the more important it is that you keep up with it, because if you don't keep up with it, that fast moving stream will beat you up.